Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Fun Guy Flips.
This is our midweek episode where we show you highlights of what we sold over the past week.
Yep, and if you want to see where we found all this cool stuff, check out our other videos where we're in a body harness, out in the big world, buying up all the stuff.
So let's see what we sold.
Alright, so this item is a classic in our store for selling in minutes.
Yeah.
Although this one we priced a little higher, and it took
a couple
hours instead of a couple minutes. Somebody reached out and they said, hey, we'll pay you this much and we'll buy it right now. And I'm like, yeah, what the heck? We saved a bunch on shipping today with a bunch of other orders, so we'll let it go.
Yeah.
And we did, and it sold immediately.
Mm-hmm. Wii Sports Nintendo Wii 2006 complete video game. Where the Wii games are.
Complete video game. That's a weird title.
Oh.
So, Wii Sports for the Wii. This game is hot. It's still hot. So, this one, I think this came in a lot from a Wii from a family member. They were getting rid of some stuff and donated it to us for free. So, this...
I wouldn't say family member.
Well, your mom's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's family. He's been hanging out with her long enough now. So, yeah, this was included in that lot. We still have the Wii and a bunch of other games to list yet. But this one sold, and we got nothing into it. So, all profit. And it sold for how much?
$22 plus shipping.
$22 plus shipping. Awesome. So this game, I guess you could put it in a bubble mailer, but I'm not going to put this in a bubble mailer just because it's a cardboard box, and I'm scared. So we'll probably put this in a little teeny tiny box with some paper. And it'll still be like 6 ounces, so it's just the cost of a box we're losing on that one. Alright, this is another one of those Gina items that I've been talking about so much lately, where I'm like, that's not a thing we need to sell. That's never going to sell. And then she listed it and it sold. So, apparently, we should just call this Fun Girl Flips.
No. It's a mix.
Okay.
Hamco Bear Figurines Halloween Thanksgiving Mixed Lot of 7 Vintage. XO1A Box 6.
Alright. Box 6. And we got all these little boxes for our smalls. And these little bears are small. And we have a cricket. And now he's scared. Well, anyways. You remember where we got these?
Yeah, just recently at a yard sale. It was the one in Bethlehem.
Okay.
That was like a little farther out.
Yeah, and how much did we spend on these?
$2.
$2
for a bag of like a little Thanksgiving Halloween decorations. Those were the only ones worth pulling and using. I gave the rest to your dad.
Okay.
But
yeah, and then he'll sell them at his yard sale.
Yep. But these sold for $10.95 plus shipping.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Super cool. Who'da thunk it? Not me.
I did.
All right, so this next item, super cool. Brings back some fond memories from my childhood. I don't think you've ever played this one,
No.
but you were down for the series, and we're just getting around to getting to our backlog of electronics here, testing and cleaning, and this was one of the things to go through the process and listed last night, sold today. So
yeah, Sonic and Knuckles Sega Genesis, no manual, authentic, tested, and works. Where the Sega games are.
Yep, this one sold before I could put it away.
And actually, I listed it today.
Oh, you listed it today, and it sold today.
Yep.
So, cool. It was a good price on it, too. So, you can see the box is a little boogered up. This thing was, like, kind of smushed. But the game's in there. A bunch of the other paperwork, but not the manual. And the box is a little boogered. It's just a piece of cardboard with a cardboard insert. So, for that reason, we priced it a little under top value. How much did this one sell for?
It sold for $39.95 plus shipping.
$39.95 plus shipping. And this one we picked up over the summer with a whole bunch of Sega Genesis games, Nintendo 64 games, N64 system, Sega Genesis system. We picked up also a Sega Dreamcast that we still have yet to process. So we're already in the profit for that deal. And
I was gonna say, because we sold the Mario Tennis.
yeah, and this is also all profit. So I decided to keep the N64 system because some of it was broken, but it works. And then I have a way to make sure that all of our N64 games work before we sell them off. This is not going in a bubble mailer. Upon farther reflection, I am going to put this one in a bubble mailer. Tell us down in the comments, how do you ship this stuff if you sell on eBay or wherever you sell? Because it's pretty sturdy, and I think a bubble mailer will get the job done. All right, so this next item contains sugar, spice, and everything nice.
And Chemical X.
The extra ingredient. You know what I'm talking about?
Powerpuff Girls 6-inch plush Cartoon Network doll set of 3, no tags, AO3D.
Awesome. Yeah, so AO3D. AO3D. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. They're right in the front. So Gina is a huge fan of the Powerpuff Girls, but she already has these in box with Mojo Jojo. We picked these up. You remember where we found these?
In the Poconos.
Oh yeah, when we were supposed to be on vacation. See, I'm glad we didn't actually vacation while we were on vacation. Found a lot of cool stuff that weekend. Yeah. So we picked these up. You remember how much we spent?
We spent $3. It was $1 a piece. So
$1 a piece. And these little Powerpuff plush sold for how much?
$19.95 plus shipping.
$19.95 plus shipping. Awesome. That's easy though. Let's go into a poly mailer. They're squishy. All right, so this next one came as part of a lot with a whole bunch of other stuff, and we sold some of it already for a pretty good profit. So this is all profit.
Yep. A lot of 50 mini Pokemon, unmarked and marked China, 1-inch figures, PVC, reed, CO1B.
All right, you can say it. Fitty. That's what I say. All right, lots of Pokemon back here. I know, they're Pokemon. And since they're so small, these are more like Pokeboys. I know, I'm full of them. I'm full of something anyway. Yeah, so a lot of 50 little Pokemon figures, unbranded from China. So they're not as worth as much as the other ones that we sold. I don't know where these came from either. Probably something you get out of a one of those quarter machines with the plastic bubbles that pop out.
I doubt that.
Do they still have those? Am I aging myself right now?
Yeah, really.
That's not a thing anymore. So maybe we'll throw a picture up for this one so you can kind of see all the Pokemon in their glory. But I think we picked up all the Pokemon all together. Do you remember how much we paid?
It was $11.
$11. And we sold some for some pretty good money already.
35.
35? That's pretty decent money off of $11. And then this one sold for how much?
$14.95 plus shipping.
$14.95 plus shipping. Awesome. So we're already 11 into 50 and we still got more. I'll do that deal. I guess I did. So there you have it. All right, this next one's pretty cool. This one came from a big lot from our friend just a few weeks ago, actually, where we got a whole bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah.
And I think we're
in the
we're already now. We've been in the profit for a little bit here, so
no, all this not for a little bit, but I think with this we are, so.
All right.
Anyway.
We're making money.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
And I wonder if I priced this a little low because it did sell today.
It sold pretty quick.
But it might be because the other ones were all like double the price.
Yeah.
So.
I think it could have went for a little more. But we sold it.
Yeah.
And it's all profit, so what the heck? We got no choice but to ship it now.
It's a Ghost, Rights of Love and Reverence, vinyl LP record, 12-inch album, gatefold with CD, where the vinyl are.
Yep, so this one sold before we got it put away. That's like a story around here. That's good, though. We've been pretty good about putting stuff away. So, I don't think that person's naked on there. No, we're good. So, Ghost album. What was the name of the album again?
Rights of Love and Reverence.
Yeah, that one. So I don't really listen to Ghost. Not that I wouldn't. But super cool metal album. Comes with a CD, apparently.
Yep.
And the vinyl. And like I said, this all came from a lot where we paid what, $175, $185?
$185 for everything.
$185 for everything. And I believe we made all that money back, and everything we have listed now is all profit. So, including this. And how much did this one sell for?
$15.95 plus shipping.
$15.95 plus shipping. Cool, and it's in perfect shape, or damn near perfect shape.
Excellent.
Yeah, excellent shape. But I think because it has a CD in there, maybe it'd be worth a couple more bucks. But whatevs. Somebody be able to enjoy this, and it's not too hard to ship.
All right. So for this next one,
Everything's all backwards. Turn around.
So Ryan is working on shipping out orders, and I'm upstairs editing a video, but we were relaying messages from somebody, and we sold something. So Ryan, what did we sell?
We sold the men's Macho Man costume, extra large, adult, Randy Savage, yellow, pink, wrestling, Halloween.
Where
And
is
it's
it?
right there.
Yep. So here it is. We'll definitely throw up a picture for this one, even though the picture's honestly not great. Ryan didn't think it was going to sell it, but it sold the same day I listed it. What?
Yeah, you know what I think sold it was when I got back from work today, I said, I feel like we need to take a new picture. And you said, I think some of these sold because they posed in them. So when this person reached out to us, he was asking about the dimensions and size and the fit. So I threw it on real quick because I'm about the same size, posed for it, and sold like that. I'm basically a model, professional model now.
All right.
Yeah, we're making money from modeling, so that's what I do now.
All right. So, yeah, this is a Macho Man Randy Savage costume. You got it in...
Got it in the summertime at a yard sale for $1, I think.
No.
$5 maybe? No.
Somewhere between $1 and $5. I thought it was like $2 or $3. I thought he said a couple bucks.
Couple bucks?
Yeah, but I could be wrong. So.
Didn't pay much for it.
Yeah.
And it's super cool. Gotta love Macho Man Randy Savage. Classic.
Yeah. It says Macho Man Randy Savage across the back too, which isn't in the picture, but it's one of the pictures, but not the first picture. So,
nice.
And then it also says Macho Man on the boots. You can kind of read that here. So
yeah, it's pretty cool. I should have kept it.
Yeah. And how much did it sell for, Ryan?
It sold for $29.95 plus shipping.
Yeah. So I saw when I was doing the research for this that new they sold for like $60, but used they sold for about $30. So
yeah, that's still pretty good.
Yeah,
a lot
absolutely.
of Halloween costumes go for around $15-20.
Yeah,
so.
well for kids,
yeah,
it's usually around 15, and then a little more for adults. But yeah, so we're happy with
about
that
time of year.
Absolutely.
You got Halloween stuff, get it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is the time to be listing it, and right now. So.
All right, so we got a whole bunch of stuff that sold tonight, but we're only shipping out one item because that's the one that has to go out tomorrow, and it's after 9 o'clock. We just got back from the auction, and I got a full car. We just loaded a whole carload for my dad's yard sale, and yeah, we're just going to ship out this one thing because that's what we have to do.
Yeah.
And then we're going to take the rest of the night off.
So tomorrow you'll see more.
Yeah. So tell us what we sold.
We sold Yoshi's Story Nintendo 64 N64 1998 Authentic Tested Works BO6D.
All right, yeah, so this is one of those cool items that I love to sell. So that's why we included this one and recorded it for this video. Also, spoiler alert, we bought a ton of DVDs, probably way more than we should have from the auction. So this whole area that I just cleaned out is going to get jacked up over the next couple days here. But in the meantime, we sold Yoshi's Story for N64. I don't remember if this was part of the lot that we bought. It was?
Yeah,
okay, so we paid $50 for... This is probably already in this video. Man, I am a mess. Anyways, we paid $50 for a lot of 10 of these things, and a lot of them were really good games. We're already in the profit. This is all profit. We've been in the profit. So, how much did this thing sell for? How much?
$20.95 plus shipping.
$20.95 plus shipping. And these are super easy to ship, so not too unhappy with having to ship this item. Glad it wasn't something big that sold. So this next item sold with a little help from our son. As I was a model for one of our previous items in this video, he was a model for this item.
Yeah.
In this video.
Adult inflatable T-Rex dinosaur costume with fan and gloves. Rubies, one size, right there.
Hey, right there it is. So, inflatable T-Rex costume, super cool. Adult, one size. Picked this up at a community yard sale over this past summer. I think I paid $5 for it. I think she wanted 10.
Yeah.
So I think I thought in my mind it was worth about 15 or 20 bucks. So I offered her 5 on it, and she took it happily. So yeah, we sold this thing quick. It sat around for a while because it was one of those things, you know, to like pull it out of the bag, make sure that it worked because it had like a fan, and to put it on and get pictures of it. It kind of sat in our death pile for a little while, but we listed it and it sold.
Well, we also waited for the Halloween season.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but these things, man, we can't keep adult Halloween costumes in our store for long.
Or most kids. It's just those Mandalorian.
Yeah, nobody wants those stupid Mandalorians. Maybe I'll lower the price again.
Oh my god, it was already even lower.
Yeah, we didn't pay much for it. I mean, I think we paid $2.50 a piece.
I know, but I think they're up for $15 now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's still touching
Yeah,
them.
maybe it'll be a $10 item.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway.
That's life.
Yeah. So we sold this for $24.95 plus shipping.
$24.95 plus shipping. Awesome. Alright, I'm going to see if I'm coordinated enough to do this next feat.
These aren't that big.
Yeah, it's the memory thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My memory doesn't always work too well.
They're all BO6D.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you knew that, but... Okay. Super Mario 64 and Nintendo 64 and 64. Authentic tested works. Ultimate Mortal Kombat Nintendo DS. Cartridge game only. Tested and works. Nintendogs Chihuahua and Friends. Nintendo DS English game only. Tested works.
3 things. All right, let's see if I can find all these things. See if I can remember what they were. All right, so not this Mortal Kombat, but we got Super Mario 64. And we got, I think they're the only 2 DS games.
No, there's one more.
Oh, Mortal Kombat and Nintendogs. They're the 2 that I picked up anyway. So hopefully there's another one in there. I'm sure there is.
Isn't there a Monster High or something?
Yeah. Alright. Alright, let's go right down the line here. We'll start with Mario 64. And this one we picked up. Was this one? Yeah, let me see. Was this one? Yeah, it was. Okay. Yeah. So this one we picked up at a community yard sale just a few weeks ago. Got a whole bunch of these. I feel like I've been telling this story multiple times on this video alone, but I'm not even really sure. So yeah. I'll tell it anyway. We got 10 games for 50 bucks, $5 a piece. Didn't haggle or nothing. I was like, that's a good price. So, been selling these off and making profits, on profits. So, this one is all profit. And how much did it sell for?
$27.95 plus shipping.
$27.95 plus shipping. Excellent. There's also some wild save games on this. Somebody really went to town in that game. So there's that. Everything's unlocked. Let's go on to Ultimate Mortal Kombat for DS. So these games we picked up a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and I'm not even sure what we paid on them. I think I got these with the DS that we might have already sold. But these games are just laying around down here, and finally got a chance to get everything kind of organized and start testing everything and get this stuff up and listed. And this was one of the things, two of the things. So Mortal Kombat sold for how much?
$15.95 plus shipping.
$15.95 plus shipping. And Nintendogs?
$6.95 plus shipping.
$6.95 plus shipping. Cool. It was just something laying around here forever, so I'll take it. All right, so this next two, are two separate items going to two separate people, but they're in the same area, so we're going to pick them both together.
And they came from the same collection.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Bungle, Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny, LP record, 2XLP demo, red vinyl, and Grimes, it's under Grimes, Miss Anthropocene, black vinyl record, LP, YO2C.
Where the records are.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if I can find these.
Yeah, really.
And Grimes.
Yep.
We're looking for Mr. Bunghole. Bungle? Yep. Bungle. There it is. Alright, so these two records we got as part of a larger lot from a friend. Got a whole bunch of really cool records, mostly metal records, with a few other, some hip-hop and some Trolls, Minecraft, some Trancers, movie things.
A very interesting mix. So.
Very interesting, eclectic mix.
Yeah. But
very cool stuff. Very good condition.
Yeah.
We also got a few other things in that lot. And we paid $185 total. We're been in the profit for a little bit here. So this is all profit still. And yeah, it's just super cool stuff. So how much did Mr. Bungle sell for?
Mr. Bungle sold for $14.95 plus shipping.
Okay.
And Grimes sold for $17.95 plus shipping.
Awesome. Yeah, and these are fairly simple to ship.
And I just want to say, I've said this before, but condition is everything with vinyl. And these were in excellent, like, they're really, honestly, in excellent condition. They had, I labeled them as very good so that I would be safe because of, some of them I
kind of backpedal by one.
Some of them I did excellent, some of them I did very good. It depends on how little, some of them probably could have been near mint. But I put them as excellent. So, like I think this Miss Anthropocene I put as excellent because there's almost nothing. You can see the corners are even good. The corners are usually what get a little wear.
Yeah, this one has a little corner wear.
And it has
very slightly.
You can see some impression at the top here.
Yeah, that's mostly on the cover actually.
Yeah. Oh no, on the bottom though you can see it.
Okay.
But anyway, so I always label them down one, but still with that good of condition, they were $15 and $17 or $18. You know what I mean? So, beat up vinyl are good for your personal collection, but not good to sell.
Or great for a flea market.
Yeah.
If you can pick them up for $1, you can stick them in a bin and somebody can look at them and they can decide
like $2 or $3 off of them.
Yeah, they can decide if they want them or not. And, so that's something that I learned too.
Yeah.
Because you're the one who mostly lists everything.
Yeah.
So I just buy a lot of stuff. And I'm like, these are cool. This is great music. Vinyl looks good. You know, the case is a little beat up. But, you know, we'll make like $8 or $9 on it. That's fine. But then not when it takes you 15, 20 minutes to list the thing.
No. Half an hour.
Half an hour.
The vinyl. So normally it takes me 15 minutes to list an item. I'm rather quick with it. Sometimes even 10 minutes if it's video games, or even a little bit less if it's video games. Especially sealed things take no time.
Yeah, and we're very meticulous with our listing because we want to make sure that all of the extra item details are correct and like that the title's correct so that people can find it. You know what I mean?
So vinyl that are beat up were taking me a half an hour because I had to take 24 pictures of the basically just the outside of it, and barely any of the inside even, and then the inside necessarily wasn't always the best either, and so like it was bad. So
if it's taking you a half an hour to list something, you better be getting like $100 or $200 out of that thing.
not
$8.
$8 at best. So
cool.
So that's why these were worth spending a little more time on, because they were at least 15. And they didn't even take me a half an hour because they were in such good condition. So yeah.
So this next item Gina bought and wasn't sure if you were going to keep it or not.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to keep it, but...
Yeah, so we can't keep everything.
No.
And I told her, though, if it's something that you really enjoy, you can enjoy it for a little while. Just put it on the desk here, and we can look at it. And we never got that far because it sold fairly quickly.
Yeah.
So we'll enjoy it while we're shipping it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Vintage 1977 Filmation Gilligan's Island rubber toy figures Skipper Marianne CO1B.
CO1B. Where the heck is that? Okay. There we go. Little 3-piece Gilligan's Island set here. So, you want to tell us the story about this one?
Sure. So I saw it at a yard sale that we didn't end up getting much at, because they had eBay. Well, he even said, like, let me know how much it is, and I'll work with you on it. And then so it was like $30 or something like that was the first comp that I really did see, from just looking it up by picture. And I showed him that, and he said, okay, how does 20 sound? And I said, because I'm trying to make money on it. And at the same time, even if I wanted to keep it for myself, I still want to get a really good price on it. So I said, you wouldn't do 10, right? And he was like, no, how about 15? And I said, okay. Because I figured it was about $5 a piece then for each of them. So that seemed like a good price. So I was thinking I was going to keep them. And then I looked them back up, and then they were closer to $40 more often that they sold for. Not super often either, but like just when they sold, they usually sold for 40. And so I was like, okay, well now I kind of want to sell it. Because now I'm...
The great debacle.
Yeah, now I'm actually like not just doubling my money, but almost tripling. So I threw it up for 40, and they sold. So, and they're in relatively pretty good condition. There's like a little bit of condition issue on his belly. There's like a little scratch, but for the most part, they're in pretty good condition for being that old. So, and I just really used to like that show as a kid, and I collect toys from my childhood. So, but mostly 90s stuff. So I was like, it doesn't really fit the collection. So.
Cool.
I'll sell it, but...
I'm just excited that they're easy to ship.
Yeah, me too. It sold for $39.95 plus shipping, so...
$39.95 plus shipping. Super cool. This next item here is a good example of why you should look stuff up at yard sales. Which I hate doing. I just like to buy stuff. I like to kind of feel it out. If it's something super expensive, I'll usually look it up because I don't want to gamble with that much money.
Yeah.
But, $10, $15, sometimes I'll just snag stuff, and I'm like, that's probably worth $40, $50. And then sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. This one, I did look up, and I was like, ooh, I would have bought that.
Why did you look that up, honey?
Did you tell me to look it up?
Yeah.
She told me to look it up. Always listen to your wife. That's the title of our last week's video.
Yeah.
But it's true. So look this one up. It wasn't worth what I thought it was, so offered a little less, and they took it.
Husky medium stroke air hammer 1003097321, new in box, AO1C.
All right.
No, XO1C.
XO1C. All right. Yeah, I was gonna say that's and with the clothing, that's a weird spot. So this one intrigued me because it's a brand new sealed in box air hammer. So, you know, I'm like, ooh, this got to be worth like 30-40 bucks at least. They wanted 10 bucks on it. I was like, I could do that. You know, the thing might even be worth 60 for all I know. So we did look it up, and then when we looked it up, it sells for like 15 or 20 bucks. So I was like, ooh, man, yeah, I'm glad I didn't pay 10 bucks on that. Offered them 5, they took it. And how much did we sell it for?
$19.95 plus shipping.
$19.95 plus shipping. Cool. Easy little sale. Glad we looked it up. All right, this next item is a prime example of why you should never take off from work. Even when you're on vacation. So we went on vacation for a weekend over Labor Day. And we're like, we're not going to do anything. We worked really hard the week before so we could take the weekend off and not have to list anything. Shut the store down for a couple days. And then we went out to a lake to relax. And when we got up there was a giant community yard sale in multiple communities all around us. And we're like, we have to go, right? Yeah. And we did. And we found a lot of cool stuff. And we sold like just about all of it, I think. So
no, not just about all.
Well, we made a lot of money.
We made money from it, yeah.
Yeah, we paid for our gas for sure.
Yeah.
So this was one of those items.
Sure. So vintage Lindner Coops Bavaria Echt Cobalt teacup and saucer 154 Demitas XO5C.
You okay? I thought you were talking in tongue there for a second.
Oh, you're hilarious.
XO5C? This one, really?
That's it.
Man, this is the box that just keeps on giving. So, I think it's the one on the bottom.
Yeah, it's a small one.
Hand it to you. It is a small one.
And it's light too.
You don't like how that teeters?
No, with all of the glassware.
Yeah, that's fine. That's the lucky box. So we'll throw a picture up for this one because it's all bubble wrapped in there.
So I had looked it up, and it sold for like $60 some once. And I thought, ooh, I'll pay like 20 bucks for this. And they looked at my pile and said, how about 2? And I was like, sure. And gave them $2. Glad that I didn't pay 20 for it because it was worth significantly less than 60 when I looked up what the actual average cost is. Or that people are buying for.
A good example of why you should buy as cheap as possible.
Yeah.
You can be fair.
Yeah.
But you can still be cheap. Because there's a lot of risk involved once you get the thing.
Yeah. So anyway, once I looked it up, I realized it was worth less. But it was still worth something, and I'm glad I only got it for $1 basic, or 75 cents with 3 things. So it was $19.95 plus shipping. So
awesome. And that one is way smaller than my hand, so it's going to be super easy to ship.
Yeah, Demitas is a like smaller teacup, so.
Cool. So you weren't speaking in tongue just then?
Oh, ha ha ha.
So it's time to flip the script here, folks. Usually, Gina's buying stuff, and I'm like, I don't think we need that thing. That's not going to sell. But you do whatever you feel is right, because I'm wrong sometimes. And then I bought this one, and she was like, what the heck did you buy that for? That can't be worth anything. I'm like, no, you watch. This is going to sell fast. And it did. So.
Yeah. Vintage 1971 Pillsbury Poppin' Fresh Doughboy Rubber Doll, 6.5 inches tall. XO1B, box 1.
All right. Here with smalls. So a little squishy doughboy. He doesn't make any noise when you squish his belly because he's not real. But got this for $1 at the flea market. Pretty sure it was $1.
Yeah.
And he sold relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Figured people love the Doughboy, and it's from 1971, so I'm like, that's got to be worth at least $10. And it sold fairly quickly for how much?
$9.95 plus shipping.
$9.95 plus shipping. Awesome. And this makes me feel good because we literally just bought another Doughboy from an auction that we go to. That's a Danbury Mint. So that makes me feel good that maybe somebody will buy that one too. All right, so this next one is part of that lot of video games that we bought and sold off just about all of them now, I think.
Yeah.
So which one is this?
South Park is left. But Mortal Kombat 4, Nintendo 64, tested and working, BO6D.
All right.
I didn't even remember putting N64 in the title. It's old.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, God.
I was like, man, where is this thing? Oh, it's right there. So we got one game left from that lot. So, super cool. Paid $50 for 10 games. And this is the last, well, second last remaining, and it's out of here. So how much did Mortal Kombat 4 sell for?
$18.95 plus shipping.
$18.95 plus shipping. Awesome. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned it before, but part of our process with cartridges, because it's just an exposed circuit board here, you never really know how people store these. Usually they end up in an attic or a basement or something for years, and they get a lot of moisture, and they get dirty. So I always take some isopropyl alcohol and clean the boards, and then test it, make sure it works, put it in, take it out a couple times, and then you're assured that this thing works before you send it out. Sometimes they don't work after some isopropyl alcohol, and it gets a little more extensive, but I'm not going to get into that. As a basic process for these things, yeah, just clean them up, test them, and they good.